Hello students, welcome in 10th standard. So in this CBSE 10th standard, we are going to study different topics from the physics, from chemistry and from biology. So first of all, we are going to study first lesson from the chemistry, and that lesson is there, chemical reactions and equations. What is the name of the lesson, or what is the name of topic? Chemical reactions and equations. So students, last year in the 9th standard you have studied about different points, and which are the different points I am going to discuss about that one in short. So in 9th standard we have studied what is meant by matter. Also we have studied what is atomic structure of atom we have studied, and in that topic different theories also we have studied about structure of atom. Dalton's atomic model we have studied, Thomson's atomic model we have studied, Rutherford's atomic model we have studied, as well as we have studied Bohr's atomic model. So different atomic models we have studied, and according to that one we understood how that electronic configuration of that particular elements is written, or it can be written. So structure of atom already we have studied, and as well as you have studied from the 7th standard you have studied about physical change as well as chemical changes. So first of all we'll talk about physical change and chemical change. So many changes are happening around us. Before that I will just explain some examples of the physical changes and chemical changes, and then we'll start our lesson. So in case of the physical change, so whatever points we have studied in 7th standard, 8th standard, so first thing is there physical change or physical changes, and to the right side we will write there chemical changes. Chemical changes. So in case of physical change and chemical change, some points only we will discuss and then we will move to the next point. First point is that physical change is a temporary change. It is a temporary change. Temporary change is there. And then what about chemical change? It is permanent change. It is permanent change. Second point of difference is there, physical change is reversible change. It is a reversible change. And what about chemical change? It is irreversible change. It is irreversible change. Another thing is there in case of the physical change and in case of the chemical change. Physical change, in that no new substance is formed. No new substance is formed. That means original substance remains as it is. And in case of the chemical changes, new substances are formed. You can say new substances are formed from original substance. From original substances. Original substances. That means new substances are formed. Another thing is that in case of the physical change, some examples we'll take. Which are that example? That okay, one more point we'll take in the physical change. Only physical states of substance or substances changes. Physical states only changes. And here in case of the chemical change, color of the substance changes, evolution of gas takes place. Here color changes, gases get evolved, as well as you can say formation of PPT means precipitate takes place. Precipitate takes place. So these are the some points of differences in case of the physical change and chemical change. Here example will give ice, which is in a solid state. After heat, it get converted into water, and water on cooling get converted into ice. Like this way, it is reversible change. It is a reversible change. And in case of the chemical change, conversion of milk into curd, it is also chemical change. Conversion of milk into curd is a chemical change. It is a chemical change. So many changes are there. Burning of wood is also chemical change. Burning of paper is also chemical change. Ripening of the mango is also chemical change. So these are, and in case of the physical change, melting of wax, it is also reversible change. Wax will melt, it will get converted into liquid state, and again after freezing it will get converted into solid state. So these are the some physical and chemical changes. After that, some other changes regarding with this lesson, chemical reactions and equation. Regarding this lesson, some examples are given in our textbook. That examples will handle first, and then we'll move to the next point. So I will learn this one. You can write these points in your notebook. So next thing is there some examples around us, or many examples which are present around us, and in that example, with the help of that example, we'll learn about chemical change. So first example is there, in the summer season, if you'll keep milk as it is, or milk left over in the summer season for longer duration. First example is there of milk. So what change will take place in case of the milk? So milk will get spoiled, or its some properties will get changed. Second example is there iron nail or iron object exposed with humid atmosphere. If iron nail is thrown, or it will be into the outside in the humid atmosphere, then rusting will take place. Third example is there grapes get fermented. So if you keep that grapes for longer duration, then that grapes are becoming sour in taste. They are becoming, so their taste get changing, or taste get changed. After that, next example is there cooked food materials. So due to the temperature variation will be there, and some microbes are there, and because of that microbes, cooked food becomes, or it will get spoiled. And digestion of food is also one more change. And in that change, what is meant by digestion? Already we have studied. Digestion means conversion or breaking down of complex food material into simple soluble form. It is digestion. It is also one type of the change, and it is irreversible change. And respiration is one of the example, and that respiration is that you are obtaining energy. That digested food reacts with oxygen, and it is forming CO2 plus. Again it is forming CO2, H2O. Then after that it is releasing ATP, or energy molecule is released. So examples will write. First thing is there milk. Okay, examples of chemical changes around us. So some examples are there. First example is there milk. Milk left over in the summer season. So what change will take place there? so it will get spoiled. Second, that means taste changes. Second thing is there iron object or iron nail kept in a humid atmosphere. So what change will take place there? Its rusting will take place. Rusting means color changes, and color becoming brownish in color. It gets brown color. Color change takes place. Next example is there, and that example is there. Grapes get fermented. Fermentation of grapes. Fermentation of grapes. So their taste changes. They are becoming sour in taste. Then fourth point is there. For example, is there cooked food gets spoiled. Cooked food get spoiled. Spoilage of food takes place. Cooked food gets spoiled. Another example is there. Fifth example is the digestion of food. Already you have studied in 7th standard, 8th standard. What do you mean by digestion? Conversion of complex food material into simple soluble form. It is called as a digestion of food. Here also breakdown of complex food into simple soluble form. Takes place. The next thing is their respiration. In that respiration, what happens? So glucose is oxidized, and that glucose is converted to CO2 plus H2O plus ATP. Energy molecule is produced. So during respiration, that new substances are formed, like the CO2 is given out, H2 is formed, and ATP. That means energy molecule is formed. So these are the some changes taking place in day-to-day life. So if you observe these changes, some taste changes, some color changes, some get spoiled. There again example is there, energy formation is there. So different things are happening. Some substances, their state is changing. So if you will observe all these examples, you will understand somewhat changes takes place in these substances, and these changes are irreversible. And so you can say all these examples are there of chemical change. So in case of the chemical change, and also you can say whenever chemical reaction takes place, chemical change occurs, chemical reaction takes place there. Whenever and wherever chemical change occurs, that chemical change is followed by chemical reaction. So again, some activities are given in our textbook on first page, and that activities we'll study, and then we'll study about the definition of chemical reaction. After that, chemical equation, and after that we'll study about word equation and chemical equation, as well as what are the sign conventions to write the chemical reaction. So some examples, some activities are there. That activity you will study, and after that you will understand how to identify chemical change or chemical reaction takes place or not. So first thing is there here, some activities are there. We'll discuss about that activities. First activity is there given in the textbook, and that activity is there, burning of magnesium ribbon. Activity is there, burning of magnesium ribbon. Magnesium metal and its ribbon you are taking. So what you are going to do, suppose you will take one burner, you will take, then after that you will fire it. After that you have to hold magnesium ribbon with the help of tongue, with the help of pair of tongue. Then you will hold here magnesium ribbon with the help of tongue. Then here you will hold it. After that it will start burning. This one is there, MG ribbon is there. This one will be there. This one will be there, burner. So what will happen? This magnesium ribbon will burn with bright flame. So whatever burn ribbon is there, magnesium ribbon is there, you have to collect that magnesium ribbon. After combustion, you have to collect in one evaporating dish, or in one dish you have to collect, and so whatever ash will remain, and that one will be their MgO, you have to collect it into the dish, and whatever residue will remain, you can say this one will be their residue, and that residue will be their magnesium oxide. Some reactions regarding with this one we'll study in latter half of this lesson. So this one is the first activity, and in that what happens we'll study. First thing is their explanation of this reaction. Magnesium plus magnesium ribbon, you can say magnesium ribbon plus oxygen gas, and it is forming magnesium oxide. So this one is there, word equation is there, we are going to write about its chemical equation. So for magnesium you are writing Mg, for oxygen molecule O2 you are taking, and it will get converted into MgO, and here 2 oxygen are there, so to make it equal twice MgO, so 2 Mg happen here, twice Mg. So like this way you are going to write the chemical reaction. So in this also permanent change takes place, chemical reaction taken place, or chemical reaction occurs. After that, next one more activity is given. So what do you understand from this activity? Magnesium ribbon comes in, or it burns in presence of oxygen, it is giving magnesium oxide, and that magnesium oxide you have to collect into the dish, residue you are saying. So next thing is there, next activity is given, and in that activity you have to take lead nitrate, and another one is there, potassium iodide. So lead nitrate and potassium iodide in that. So second activity is there, and in that activity what is given? You have to take 2 substances. Suppose you will take one test tube, you will take one test tube. In that test tube you have to take lead nitrate, you have to take PbNO3, twice you have to take lead nitrate. Then after that you have to add into potassium iodide. What you have to add? Potassium iodide. This one will be there, potassium iodide. So, and here it will be lead nitrate substance is there. So if after addition chemical reaction will take place, chemical change will occur, and in this which substance will be formed, we'll write that one. So chemical equation will write. So what you have to take? Lead nitrate is there, plus potassium iodide is there, iodide, it is giving potassium nitrate plus lead iodide you will get. So like this way chemical reaction will be there. This reaction you are writing in the form of words. Second thing is that you have to write in the form of symbols and what you can say in the form of formulae, molecular formulae. So lead nitrate PbNO3 twice is there, plus you will take potassium iodide Ki you will take, then it will give KNO3 plus PbI2 you will get. So here iodine 2 are there, so you will write here 2, and here potassium 2 happens, so you will write here 2. So reaction will be balanced. So Pb1 is there, NO3 twice is there, twice NO3 is there, potassium K 2K is there, 2 iodine is there, I2 is there. So like this way chemical change will takes place. So this here conversion of substances reacted into product takes place. So this one is also one activity. In this also color change, formation of color change will take place. Then after that, next thing we are going to study, and that activity is there. It is related to the zinc granules and dilute acid. So that activity will take. Activity number 3 is there. What is that activity? We will see. Activity number 3. Third activity is there, and in that activity what is given? So that activity is there between zinc granules and sulfuric acid. So what you have to do? You have to take one conical flask. In that conical flask, you have to take zinc granules. Zinc pieces you can say. After that you have to fix one rubber cork here and one this one tube you have to add here, and in this you will add H2SO4 solution, and it will be dilute H2SO4 solution. You have to add. Then what will happen? Chemical reaction will take place between H2SO4 and Zn, zinc, and here evolution of hydrogen gas will take place. So reaction I will write here. So chemical reaction is there. First thing is there, chemical equation you can say. In that first thing is there, with the help of words we'll write first, and then we'll write with the help of chemical formula. So zinc is there, zinc plus sulfuric acid, here it is dilute form, and it will give zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. It will give hydrogen gas. So hydrogen gas will come out through this test tube. It will come out hydrogen gas, H2 gas. Which gas will come out? Hydrogen gas. So chemical equation will write. For zinc we are writing Zn. For sulfuric acid formula is there, H2SO4 is there. It is in dilute form, and it will give arrow is there, and then it will give ZnSO4 plus H2 gas will be there. So like this way chemical reaction will be there, and from three activities you will understand reactants are getting converted into products, so some chemical changes takes place. And how will you identify that how chemical reaction occur or chemical reaction takes place? For that some points are there. With the help of that points you can identify whether chemical reaction takes place or not. So first thing is there, how to identify. Next point we are going to study, and that one is there, how to identify chemical reaction takes place or not, chemical change takes place or not. So next point is how to identify chemical reaction. How to identify chemical change or chemical reaction. So in that some points are there, we'll see which points are there. So from overall above activities we have studied, if evolution of gas takes place, chemical reaction takes. If state of the substance changes, chemical reaction occurs. After that change in the temperature takes place, then also chemical reaction occurs, and the formation of PPT, then also chemical reaction takes place. So state changes, color changes, evolution of gas, temperature variation, and formation of PPT. So if these things are happening, then only a chemical reaction takes place or chemical change occur. So to identify chemical change, chemical reaction, you have to do observation. And first thing is there, color of substance changes. If chemical reaction takes place, color of the substance changes. Second thing is that their state of substances, state of substance changes. Next, third thing is there, evolution of gas takes place. Evolution of gases takes place. Evolution of gases takes place. Fourth point is there. In that fourth point, formation of, or you can say, temperature change takes place. Temperature change takes place. And the last, fifth one is there. The fifth point is there, formation of PPT, insoluble mass takes place. Fifth point is there, formation of precipitate, that is insoluble mass takes place. Precipitate or insoluble mass takes place. Then and then only you can say chemical change or chemical reaction takes place. So how to identify chemical reaction? Color of the substance changes, state of the substance changes, evolution of gases takes place, temperature change takes place, and formation of precipitate takes place. Then only you can say chemical reaction takes place. So we'll do definition of chemical change or chemical reaction. Chemical reaction is a process in which reactants are getting converted into product. That means substances which are taking part into the chemical reaction, they are getting converted into, or they are forming new substances. Then only you can say chemical change takes place. So definition of chemical change, definition. Whose definition? Chemical reaction. So the chemical reaction is a process in which reactants are converted into products. Chemical reaction is a process in which reactants are converted into product, or substances taking part into the chemical reaction, they are converted into new substances. Then this change, you are saying this is a chemical reaction. So after that, in the next video we'll study about chemical equation. In that, word equation will be there and the chemical equation will be there, and next point we'll see how to write the chemical reaction or chemical equation. So we'll see. So you have to subscribe this channel, and you have to share this channel, you have to share this video to many students, so you will get new notification, you will get next videos. So you have to subscribe this channel. Thank you.